What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me tonight, we've got Rob
What's up, everybody?
and Greg. Is that you?
Day today.
Whoa.
Day welcome.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I love the
Yeah.
glasses, dude. You took
Thank
those
you.
from a
I mean-
girl in an elevator?
No. She was outside when I stole them.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
at least you didn't bring a weapon, so that's good. At least you did not bring a weapon, right? You didn't bring a weapon.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
there it is.
Hey, but
Oh,
here's
no.
the thing: I haven't murdered anyone with a hammer this week, so
Oh, okay.
we're
All right.
trending in the right
Right.
direction.
Oh, are you leaving this wig and glasses on the whole episode, Greg?
Oh hell yeah!
Wow.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
committed. I love it. All right.
Well, if
what
you're
I'm
listening to
Oldboy
this
today.
I feel like if you're listening to this on the podcast, you might need to go pop over to our YouTube and just watch it because Greg's outfit is really spot on.
What movie are we doing, Laura? Why is he dressed
Yeah,
like this?
with that, we are doing 2003's Oldboy. So this is a South Korean psychological action thriller. And apparently Rob put up a poll and this was one of the options that most of you chose. I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about that, but thank you.
Yeah, we put up we put up a poll with some movies on there. And this one came in second with Jaws, which we're gonna review probably next. Yeah, and then I mean, like, it was funny. Like, the chat was like, "Yes, watch this movie," and then like half the other chat was like, "This is not horror." So like, I mean,
Ooh, you love that.
I do. I mean, I don't. We talked about this before. I don't like gatekeeping. I don't like people saying what's this and what's not, and you're not allowed to like this. It's not in this criteria. Like, our whole thing with this pod is like, horror is subjective. It's like, this movie, I can see it's more of like a thriller mystery to me with like weird elements, and like the ending reveal twist is like horrific in context of what's going on, but it's not like a horror movie. So like, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
It's got elements. Look, violence, gore, disgust. Like that's enough. I mean,
Yeah.
if Return to Oz is horror for us, this is definitely.
Guys, we can make anything horror,
Yeah,
okay?
that's true. We
We could
can
make Land Before Time horror if we wanted to.
Yeah,
Or we
that's
can
true.
make
In fact-
things what they're not, like that time Rob turned Casper into a porno. So,
I'm telling you right now, he had a little ghost tail boner. So that's all I'm saying. All right.
All right. Well, before we get really unhinged, let me just go through a
You're gonna say
couple
before we get a boner.
things. Yeah. So this movie was based on the Japanese manga, which is a comic, which I'm like, once I read that, I was like, okay, this movie totally plays out as if you were reading a comic. I
Yeah, it
totally
does.
see
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys know that before you watched it?
I heard that after the fact, which I think is like
Okay.
super freaking cool.
I had no idea,
Yeah.
but now when I'm like replaying it in my head, it's like the action sequences, the
Yes.
style, just like the over dramatic characterizations, it's perfectly maps onto like a manga.
Totally.
Mhm.
And I really appreciate that they kept that vibe. Like it
Yeah.
translated well,
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, so this movie was directed by Park Chan-wook and it stars Chae Min-sik. He plays Oh Dae-soo, and then Yoo Ji-tae, he plays Lee Woo-jin, and Gong Hae-jung plays Mido.
Little Mito.
Those are like the three main characters. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
With
You
the
ready
little
to?
the bodyguard guy
so
wasn't a main character. I thought he was pretty cool.
No, I'm not going to go through.
Mr.
There
Han,
were
okay.
about 150 people in this movie. And okay, I have to give a disclaimer. So, because these guys make me walk through the plot 99% of our episodes, I have to take notes. And I watched this with subtitles, and I only watched it once. I may have missed a few things while I was looking down taking notes in my phone because I have a lot of questions.
Laura has
And
a
when
lot
I
of
was
questions,
trying
yeah.
to ask Rob, especially some of these questions, he was just shaking his head like, "Are you so dumb?
Yeah,
Why
I
don't
was
you know
like-
the answer?"
I was like, Greg, give me that hammer. I need to bonk Laura on the head because I don't know what's going on right now. Yeah, I watched it three
Kill me.
times. So I feel pretty good.
So you're a pro.
Knowing, I mean, as much as I could say, but
I mean, I'll give you
Alright.
credit, Laura. There are a few scenes in there that I had to pause and be like, I had to rewind it, like what's going on, like right in the middle somewhere when they're doing like the
Yeah.
investigation. But outside of that, I think I absorbed most of it. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, most of the movies that we watch are like either English or dubbed. So, not that I'm not
Yeah,
saying that
we
we're
don't do
slow
that.
readers, but like it
Yeah.
adds another element to it.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's
know
fair.
what? It's fine. I'm thinking maybe some other people might have the same questions I have, or
Oh,
maybe
probably.
you've seen this a long time
Yeah.
ago and
No,
you
you're the only
forget.
one.
So, or you all can just bash me online. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can take
That's
it.
true. That's true. All
All
right.
right.
Let's
Well,
get
let's
into it.
get
Let's get
into
into
it.
it. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So the movie opens with a scene where we see our main character, Daesu, and he
Daesu.
is
Daesu.
holding a man by his tie as he's about to like fall off the roof of a very tall building, and he's holding a little cute white puppy.
Hmm.
And so
And the
this
music is
this
cool. Like the
Oh, the
music is
oh,
music
the
is
like
music is really
dope.
cool.
the
Yeah.
music is like
Yeah.
how would you describe that music, Greg? It's like super upbeat. Like
It's like basically electronic beats and
yeah,
synthesizers. It's kind of like an offshoot of like the Matrix, like,
yeah. There you
like it
go.
just gets
Oh,
your juices
yeah.
flowing.
It's interesting because at least for me, and I'm assuming everyone watching this for the first time, you're thinking like, "Oh wow, he's about to like kill this dog and puppy. Like what did the puppy do, you know?" I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
So then we go back in time and we see
Well, he
our
says.
Daesu.
Well, he says he's holding the guy by the tie, and then it's like the music is going crazy, and then it's like zooming in, and he's like, "I need to tell you my story. Let me tell you
Yeah,
my story." And then it cuts to kind of a flashback, so it's like that. Yeah.
right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Then we're to like the second opening of the movie, which is like his story. Now we're into his story, like what happened, what
Yeah.
got him onto this building. Yeah.
Well,
And
it's gonna take us a minute to get there. Yeah.
and this I have to say, like this, like I said, this movie, like it's like a thriller mystery noir, like, but like there's a lot of funny moments in this movie, and this opening of Daesu like
Yeah.
being arrested now, like he looks completely different because he's like, it's been like however, we don't know how much time is before this yet, but he's like pretty much arrested, he's in jail, and he's just like yelling and screaming and like
Oh my God, he was hilarious. He kept trying
yeah,
to
he
take a
was like
piss in the trash can.
he's just hammered, and he's just like talking and saying like, I didn't flirt with your boyfriend, or I didn't flirt with your girlfriend. And then he's like looking at people weird. He's like, I gotta go piss. He's trying to like pee in the corner, and they're like jumping on him. And oh my God, the opening is like so funny in the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean, I
like,
feel
Please
like
are
we can
just
all
over
relate.
him.
Like, we have all been like that drunk to where you don't know how you got fluffy angel wings on your back at some point.
yeah.
It happened to the best of us. Like, and
Oh
it
my
was very
God.
like comic like that. This is
Oh,
where we're like, this is like a
100%.
manga because everyone's over exaggerated. He's like very, he's yelling. He's like a very like belligerent drunk. I was having a great time in this. I'm like, oh, we're setting the tone right away. This guy's messed up.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
messed up, and they're just like the cops are telling him like, like you need to get your life together, you need to do this, you can't be doing this stuff, and he's just like messing around. And at one point, he does like a hard cut, and he's like on the floor with no shirt on now, and the cops are trying to grab him, and he's like doing this like mule kick with his feet, and he's trying to like kick them really quickly, like a little crab. It's like I was cracking up,
Oh, it's
I
pretty
was
funny.
laughing so hard at this. Yeah,
I mean, the thing
Yeah.
too is, you imagine when you get brought into the drunk tank, like you just want to go home, right? As they were kicking him out, he should be grateful. They're like, "Don't come back," and he's like, "No, no, no, I'll be back soon." I was just
yeah.
like,
'Cause his
wow,
friend shows up, right? His friend shows up
Yeah,
yeah,
his friend
to like bail
Juwan
him
shows
out.
up.
To
Yep.
bail him out. Yeah, and then Juon is like, "We're sorry. This one happened again. He's gonna be a good citizen now." And like you said, Greg, the cop is like, "Don't ever come back." And then Yuan is like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna come back." And he like flips them off and like runs out the door really quickly. It's so freaking funny. Oh my god, it's a great little
It
like
is so
character
funny.
opening to these two
yeah,
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it's effective because it makes you like him
yeah,
immediately. You're like,
mm-hmm.
this guy's funny. He's drunk. This is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, mm-hmm.
And then we have our next scene, and Juwan is like, all right, it's your daughter's birthday. You've like missed it because it's really late at night. And so he has them use a payphone to call in to his wife and daughter. But he's still just like belligerent. And then at one point he like hands the phone over. He's like talking to his like 5-year-old daughter, and he's like, "Oh, Juwan, here he is." Gives Juwan the phone. And then I thought he just took off, but he actually got captured in this moment. He's
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like we as the audience know just as little as he knows. He does not know why he's been captured. And so he's brought into like this room that kind of looks like a hotel room. And he's stuck there, and he gets fed a meal same time every day through a little tiny hole at the bottom of the door. And he has no idea who's doing it. And he doesn't know how long he's going to be there for. He doesn't know what he did, how long he's going to be there for. And so I really like the setup of this because, again, like, you have no idea what's going on, but they let him have a TV so he can still watch TV. And every night that he's captured, this steam fills the room, which he sees it coming. And he's like, oh, every time I see the steam, it makes me go to sleep. And so it kind of makes him pass out. And then they come in like their hazmat suits, and they clean up the room because he's, of course, made a huge mess, and do what they need to do. Like, you see them cutting his hair in one scene because his hair gets really long. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a great background of how crazy he can look.
That's when he's like losing it. Yeah.
And these guys are laughing because it looks like my hair.
Yeah.
You kind of look like Bellatrix Lestrange right now.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it seems like in the beginning, he's just like, what is going on? Like, why am I here? And then a certain point passes, and it's just like, he's like insane now.
This is my
he's
life.
Just like
Yeah.
crazy,
Well,
And
he's like begging them to tell him how long he's going to be there for.
Yeah.
And that brought up this movie does bring up a few times, it brings up a really tough question, which is why I think this is a good psychological thriller to ask yourself if you were in that situation. I was watching with my husband, and he was like, so, okay, we find out that he's there for 15 years. That's how long he ends up being captured for.
Yeah.
And so my husband goes, if you were going to be held somewhere for 15 years, would you want to know up front it's going to be 15 years? And I said no, because every day I'd wake up like, maybe today's the day. And I think you'd almost need that hope.
Right.
But he was the opposite. He was like, no, having hope like that every day to have it be squashed would be
that's true. Yeah.
tough.
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe I wouldn't want to know then either. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That's
want to know
tricky.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But one of the really important things that he sees on the TV, because he can see the news, is that his wife has been murdered. And it's on the news. And what they did was they set him up. They stole like a drinking glass from his room, planted it at the crime scene. So now the news is saying like, oh, Dae-Soo is the killer and he's wanted. And so that's really important to know, that he's like, okay, I'm captured, but I'm also wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You see everything. Like, he tries to kill himself a few times, it seems like.
with the
And he
mirror.
also writes a lot in his journals. He's like trying to write down anything he's ever done and any person he's ever wronged, just to try to figure out like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And he slowly is trying to escape through a brick wall. Like,
he
eats away at it.
So
with
the only thing
tool.
they feed him is what
Fried
are they called?
dumplings.
Is dumplings.
Dumplings.
And so he gets
Yeah.
chopsticks, and one of the times he gets an extra chopstick, and so he's able to like keep it and use it to like scrape through bricks and try to like get bricks out. Like, I mean, over time, I mean, this had to have been years.
Yeah, he's like
to do this, but
Shawshanking the wall,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
trying to like escape. Yeah.
So this is one of my first questions, I guess. There are other people captured in the same setup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a whole question I'm going to
your
need
question?
answered.
What's your question? I don't
Why?
understand your question.
Who are they? Why are they there?
The other people?
Okay, so yeah.
They're just people. Like this building and the people that run this is what they do. People pay them to
It's their
take
business,
people
yeah.
and kidnap people and leave them for whatever time they want, either as punishment or whatever they want. They're just getting paid to kidnap people and keep them here. So that's their whole business. Yeah.
But Dae-Soo seems to know that there's other people there, because when he gets that extra chopstick, he's like, I feel bad for the guy next to me. Like, he's one chopstick short. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he could. Yeah. I mean, maybe he just assumes that there's more people. They don't really show anything. You didn't really miss anything as far as like them showing him talking to other people or anything like that.
I assume that because he can see through he receives the food through the hole in the door. And I assume all the doors do that. Like, you could probably hear
That's true.
noises in the hallway. Because like the camera does pan out and you see this long corridor, and then you kind of like it floats up and you see like this is where you have all these like cells,
Yeah,
hotel
Right.
there has to
cells.
be like every time there's somebody new, they have to be screaming through the hole too. Like,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you have
Let
to
me
hear it.
out.
So yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's true.
Okay. Well, that actually answers a lot of my other questions. So thank you. I missed that.
I'm glad.
I wasn't sure
Glad
like
to hear that.
who arranged all of
Daesu
this and
sends
like
his
what they're
regards.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. So pretty much he's taking the bricks and he actually gets like through 2 layers and he actually
Yeah.
can like reach through the outside finally and it's raining and so he's like reaching and like touching like fresh air finally, which is cool.
And rain.
And then he's pretty much saying like pretty much I'm gonna escape soon. Like I'm pretty much
Yeah.
almost out of here. And then what happens, Laura?
Well, and I also want to mention that he trains. He's like he
Oh,
he
yeah,
fights the wall,
yeah.
which makes him very strong, and then that's
Yeah.
totally like a thing you see like in movies when people go to prison, they get really buff and
Yeah, he like draws like a shape of a man outline on like the wall with the wallpaper and just starts like punching
Yeah.
it. And you can tell he's just
Punches
trying
the
to
wall.
build up like his knuckles and like muscles. Because at first
Yeah.
he's punching it and it's like hurting and he's like, ah. And then after a while it's just like calloused over. And so he's just
Yeah.
like punching and punching and it's like nothing. So yeah.
yeah.
Training.
But yeah, I mean, he does not actually escape because he gets let go before he can escape. So one day he's just in
But
a luggage.
You have to say the before. So before he escapes, though, like he's visited by a woman that comes in and she like sits on his bed.
yes,
But
that's
you don't
right.
see her. You just kind of see like from
Yeah.
the waist down.
And she pretty much like has a bell and she's talking to him and she's saying like
She's hypnotizing him.
Yeah, you turn your head to the side and you see green grass. When you hear this bell, you will be like somewhere else or something like that. And then she like rings
Yeah.
the bell and then you're
She
to
says
the
he'll
point-
wake up.
Yeah, then you're to the point, Laura, where it's like it's a cool
Yes.
transition. Like I said, as much as this movie is very, like you said, from a comic book, the way it's shot, it's cool. Like transitions they use for scenes, going from that, it's like him looking against the wall, and then the camera's like panning over, and then it like splices in green through it, and then it changes into grass, and it's like a really cool transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the visuals in this movie are really, really great. I really love all the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you see a suitcase on like a rooftop.
Yeah, he's in a
with grass.
suitcase. Yep. And he like gets out and yeah, it's like a roof, but it's like a roof garden. And then we see the guy. We see the guy in the tie crying,
From the
holding the
opening.
dog.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of brings us back to the beginning scene. And I was just so confused in the scene because who's that guy and why were they both saying the same things? They were like
No, so-
repeating each other.
No, so what it is like, what is the main guy's name
Help
again?
me,
I don't want to butcher his name.
Daesu.
Daesu. So Daesu has been in solitary confinement for 15 years, not
Yeah.
really talking to another person, literally just probably speaking in his own head that long. I know for me, there's times where like I don't speak for like a day, like because my kid's at school and I'm like working on stuff, and then I go to talk to him. And it like comes out weird because I haven't like used my vocal cords in a while. So like that's what this is. He's seeing another person, which he's freaking out. He probably doesn't even think it's real, which is why he's like touching the guy's face. Like, are you real? He's having the guy touch his face because he wants human contact. And then
Was the
when
other guy in confinement, we think, too?
they don't really explain if he was or wasn't, if he's just a guy. I have no idea. I don't know. They don't really like say that. But then the guy starts telling him, the guy says some type of like, not a parable, but something of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
what the
you
guy
see, he
says.
goes. I think this is where he says, "Laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone." I think that was like, so he tries to ask Daesu if he'll listen. I think this moment kind of just like highlights like what is driving Daesu right now, because he gets out of confinement, right, and then he sees they are both kind of like commiserating. They sit next to each other, and they're both talking about how they had messed up pasts. And they're both like self-loathing. They hate themselves. They think that they're terrible people.
No, they actually don't do any of that.
Did I
No.
misremember that?
You
Don't they
did.
talk to each other?
No,
I'm like, wow, this is explaining
no,
a lot.
So this is the funny. This is like the funny part of the scene. So like the guy is on the edge. The guy says something to him. Daesu is repeating it. I think is just like a way to like speak again. And then the guy like goes to fall again, and that's when
He's
Daesu
trying
grabs
to
his
kill
tie and
himself.
he's catching him with the tie, and then it goes back to
Yeah.
the opening, and then it cuts to pretty much him saving him, and that's when they're both sitting there, or like Daesu says that no, Daesu has the tie, and that's when we go back to the beginning where he's like saying like I need to tell you my story, and then it
Yeah.
hard cuts to them sitting down pretty much symbolizing he has told him what happened to him these past 15 years. And then the guy, this is the funniest part. The guy is like, yes, now let me tell you my story. And Daesu just gets up and walks away.
Splits.
He doesn't
So
listen.
messed up.
It's so, I laughed so hard when he was just like, goodbye. He just like left, which I mean, like, it's funny and it's like really rude, but it's, again, the guy has been in confinement for 15 years. He's like, all etiquette is aside. It's like, I don't even care. But I thought that was like hilarious when this guy's like, now it's my turn. And he just like gets up and walks away. So
It's so messed up.
Oh
And
my
then-
God. Okay, so then he gets into an elevator.
it hard cuts to an elevator of a woman in an elevator, which he hasn't seen a woman,
Wearing
a real woman.
glasses.
He hasn't seen
Yeah.
a real woman in like 15
Okay,
years.
good. So what I thought happened does happen.
So then the
Okay.
camera pans over to him, and he's like in the corner, like half freaking out, and I'm pretty sure
He's like
half
a female
ejaculating.
human.
Yeah, I think
Oh, he's
pretty
like,
much-
ah.
I think so.
What?
That's
I
what
did
I
not
took
pick
it
up
as.
on that.
I took it as that. He's
Oh
like,
my God, Greg.
he's
Yeah.
rock hard because he
God.
hasn't seen a real woman in like 15 years.
He
so.
is getting off.
Yeah, that's what I
great.
think.
Getting
Yeah.
off the elevator or
Both.
Both.
Yeah, then the
Yeah.
elevator door like bings, and then it cuts to like him. The woman was wearing glasses, and then it cuts to like him walking out of the building wearing her glasses.
Oh,
and
so he did take it from this
He did,
chick.
and then the
Yeah.
woman you can hear the woman in the background saying like, "That man took my glasses," and the cop is like,
Yep.
"Ah, whatever, like whatever." And Daesu is just like stoic, like chill, just like walking down the street with these glasses on. Hence, why Greg has this look right now. So.
But also in that scene,
Oh, then,
And then-
yeah. Then right as he's walking away, a body falls from the roof, and it's the guy. And I'm pretty sure the dog was in his hand as he hit this car.
Oh.
I mean, he
Right.
was planning on doing it with the dog, so I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe it was
That's so
maybe it was
fucked
the
up.
dog's fault. Maybe the dog did something wrong. I don't know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm kind of forgetting what happens next. I know that he he stumbles upon some kids. He's just acting really weird. He's acclimating to like being
Yeah,
out.
he's just hasn't been out in forever.
You
Well,
know,
because he doesn't,
he
and he knows he doesn't have anything. Like he says, "Oh, I've got no home,
what
no
he
family,
says.
no
Yeah.
friends." So he
And
just
he's still
kind of roams
wanted.
the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this movie too
Oh.
is inner monologue. So he's
Yeah.
speaking to himself in his head, and we're like listening to it.
Yep.
Which is cool because they don't do that in really a lot of movies. They do it in comic books. Like all comic books
Yeah.
do that, you know, but they
Right.
don't really transition that to actual movies and doing it, which I think is cool. It's very cool. I guess it's more noir than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's talking about, like you said, Greg, like, what am I to do? My life is ruined. I can't go home. I can't go to my friends. Everybody think I killed my wife. Like I'm wanted. And then what? Then he like is looking over a bridge and he sees some like teen kids like below him smoking and like fighting with each other. And he wants to go down there, so he goes down. I think he just wanted the cigarette, to be honest with you.
He wants a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes down there and just like takes a cigarette from one of the guys and starts smoking it. And then, like, all the kids are like, "What the hell? What do they call him?" Oh, I don't want to say it because it's actually not a
Yeah,
good word.
it's a
I
bad
probably shouldn't
word.
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call him a not nice thing. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't know the like slang anymore. I don't know
Yeah.
the bad words anymore." And then he beats the shit out of them. He gets his
Yeah.
first moment to see. I think he even says to himself, like, "Let's see if hitting a wall
Yeah, it's a super
For
cool.
15
translates,
years.
right?"
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a cool like monologue moment of the way he speaks and the way he's talking and being like, I've trained for this moment for 15 years. Let's see
Yeah.
if my training worked. And then it cuts to like just a fight sequence, him fighting
Right.
like, I mean, what, 8 to 10 guys, 8 to 10 kids,
Yeah.
teenagers, maybe 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Just beating the shit out of them, dodging all their punches, punching them, like all this shit, beating them. And
Right.
then it cuts to him again. He's like, you know, my training worked. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
fucking cool. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of setting the tone so that you don't have to question things later on. I mean, like
too.
if you didn't have this moment and then you proceeded on through the movie, you think he kept doing things, and we've flagged this in so many movies where it's like, how did that person do this? Like,
Yeah.
do they have like a superhuman power? Here, they're literally establishing it and then hearing him do the internal monologue.
Yeah.
You don't question it later, and then you just kind of go with the flow from this point.
Yeah.
But like, this guy can do
Agree.
it. He's trained now. He can do it. You know.
Yeah.
Where does he go after this? After
Well,
fighting
so
the
from
guys?
here, he's on the street and some random man hands him a
Oh,
wallet
yeah,
and
yeah.
phone and
That's
just
true.
says like, "Don't even try to ask me any questions. I know nothing."
Yeah.
You believe
That's
him.
true.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah,
100%,
this guy clearly really knows nothing."
Yeah.
Like he just was told
That's
to give
true.
him.
It's like a cell phone and then like a wallet,
wallet
with a bunch
with
of money
money.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So the first thing he does is he goes into like a nearby seafood restaurant, like a sushi restaurant, and he sees like a young chef, like a sushi chef. And he knows her. He recognizes her because she was
From
on some TV segment.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you're one of like the hottest new like whatever." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think anyone knew who I was." And then he tells her, "I want to eat something that's alive."
Yeah, which is because I mean, all he's been eating the same cooked thing for 15 years, so I guess he's like, I want to eat something.
Why alive? I would just say I want to have some fruits and vegetables. Like I don't know, like I want to have something that's not
just swinging the pendulum,
just
like
crazy. Like he
way.
wants to go, complete opposite, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he wants to feel more alive, so he wants to eat something alive. I don't know.
Could be.
This scene. Really, I think this is one of the most famous scenes of this movie that people remember.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think when people look back on this movie, they think about the fight scene. They think about this. It's like
I would say the ending, but okay.
Well, I mean, I just think that it's visually like
it is. Yeah, so pretty much
it's wild.
Yeah, she brings him. Is it an octopus or a squid? I never can like.
It's an octopus.
I mean, come on, tomato. It's got 8 tentacles. Okay, it's disgusting.
Yeah, so she brings him a live mollusk. She brings him a live mollusk, and she's like, "Do you want me to cut it?" And he just grabs it and shoves like the head part in his mouth and starts chewing on it. Which I mean, I've had like calamari before and stuff like that, and it's rubbery to begin with.
Yeah,
but like
is.
eating it like raw, I mean, it has to be just like chewing on like rubber. And so he's just
disgusting.
he has the whole like head in his mouth chewing, and you could tell it was real. Like they really did this because the tentacles were trying to like grab his face.
Wait, it can't be. No, stop.
Yes, there was no way that was like a prop. No way.
And it didn't look CG to me.
Yeah, no, it looked. This was early 2000s. Like they didn't care. This like PETA's not trying to like get them like, especially it's overseas. Like they do whatever they want over there, you know. I'm just glad it wasn't like original dog in the opening. So I'm glad they used a fake dog at least, you know. But definitely was real. So he's chewing on it, and the tentacles are trying to get him, and and so like you and your husband.
The visual that sticks with me is when he passes out, and then you can sort of like the camera pans.
It's still moving.
Above his head, and you see the tentacle moving out of his mouth.
Moving, yeah. It's still alive.
No, I almost checked out.
Yeah, what did
I wanted to check out.
You and your husband did not like the scene, right, Laura? You guys
no,
both were freaking
out. When I watched the trailer of this movie, and that was a big mistake because they really like narrowed in on this scene, and I don't know I can't pinpoint why, but this is a shining example of shit I don't fuck with. Like I don't want anything to do with this at all. I'm
interesting.
I am nope.
So,
okay, so why does he pass out then? Does it make him pass out because you're not supposed to eat a whole octopus?
Are we revealing that already? That's kind of revealed at the end, like what's happening actually. Right, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura doesn't know.
No idea. Well, he passes out for some unknown reason. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we can just say it right now. So, like, should we say it, Greg, or should we say
it? Wait for the end. What are you doing?
No. Put the octopus back in my mouth. Okay, all right, go.
Yeah. Shove that squid back in there. Okay. So,
it's a mollusk.
Yeah.
Oh, but before he passes out, we forgot to mention his phone rings and he answers it. And it's his captor, who we still don't know who it is. And he just says, like, "Do you like your clothes?" And all Dae-soo can say is like, "Why?" And he just says, like, "Think it over, like recite through your whole life." That's it. That's all the.
No, he has the one famous line, which is like, a rock and
be it a grain of sand or a rock, they all sink the same.
They sink the same. Yeah.
He just says that, and that's like something that like keeps coming back throughout the movie.
He also said, "I'm a scholar, and my major is you."
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, this guy is
studying him forever.
I mean,
obsessed.
We're gonna have to talk about if the punishment fit the crime. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We'll
anyway,
see. We'll get there. We'll get there.
But he wakes up in. So Mito is the girl, the sushi chef, right? He wakes up in her like apartment. Okay, that makes sense. Fine. She felt pity on him, took him in, but all his journals that he was captured with are magically there, and she's reading through them, and she's like, "Wow, you did all this?"
Yeah, I assume he had him in the restaurant. He took him from the rooftop. He had him, And then he went to the restaurant. They were probably on the floor or on the counter next to him. And so she's like,
I have not seen the journals in any scene with him.
You don't see him
You
with
don't
any
see him,
belongings, but I
but
assume that too.
You just assume he
Okay.
carried
Like
it
maybe it was
around,
in his pockets. I don't know. Do I have pockets here? I got I don't think you could fit a journal in this. But
Not 15 journals.
I mean,
either.
there was a
Like,
stack of them
Yeah,
like
they're
this
huge.
tall.
oh
but
yeah.
It's his whole life.
I
yeah.
think the
Suspended
reason I'm
disbelief.
stuck on things like this is because at this moment, and I was wrong, but at this moment I was like, she's in on it. Like, don't
Yeah.
trust her. Like, she is part of this movie at this point. I kept saying it was a lot like The Game. That's what it was
Yeah.
reminding me of. It just felt like, or even like Truman Showy. It just felt like everyone was in on something against him.
Yeah, to me,
And he
like,
just had no idea.
yeah, I think even Greg called it out in the Discord was like Saw, like the original Saw movie, where it's just like the person's captured, like what's happening, it's a mystery, you're trying to figure it out. There's clues, like what's going on, you know?
Yeah, like there's a giant mysterious motive, especially to get let out and released after 15 years. It makes no sense. So you just wonder like who's contriving what.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but he wakes up and he's really sick. And I think he mentions that he like has the flu or something.
Yeah, he says because he's been in captive for 15 years, his like
Yes.
his
Which
pretty
is
much from the
true.
sun. He doesn't have sun, hasn't
Yeah.
seen the sun in so long, and so she has to
He
give
has
him like
no immune
medicine.
system. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she has to throw in the part about how she had to give him suppositories because to bring his fever down.
Yeah, because he was passed out, so she couldn't swallow it. So she had to put it in
boy.
his butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's funny though. Then she like gets a knife and she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like the door doesn't lock, but don't come in here or I'll cut you. And so she goes to the bathroom to sit down. And next thing you see is him running in his boxers, trying to like kiss her. And I think have sex with her. I think he was trying
Bob,
to.
you are
Yeah,
wording this way too nicely.
Yeah,
I mean-
he seriously like forces himself on her.
Yeah,
like, while
pretty
she's
much.
in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, pretty much. And then she like hits him in the top of the head with the knife, the blunt end, and then he like retreats back to like the living room and like runs away. You know,
A much younger stranger.
we do have to say, man, what do you think he is in this movie? 40s, late 30s,
Probably in his
40s,
30s.
maybe? Something
When
like
he's
that.
captured, he's probably 30 something.
So yeah, he's probably when he's escaped now. He's probably in
Well, they
his 40s,
said that,
probably early
yeah, like
40s.
based on the timelines,
Mid to
he
late
was captured
40s.
at 30 and he was released 15 years later. So he's
45.
45
Okay.
at this
45,
point.
and she's
Boy,
like,
he looks a lot older than 45. I'm sorry, man, but yeah. Oof.
and then she's like 18 or something like that. I think, right? Something like that,
Yeah.
probably right around there. I think.
Right.
I think
They
if that
said,
math pays off.
yeah.
18 to 20, something like that. So
Correct.
definitely
Yeah.
huge age difference between these two. So
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and she's just an oddball. Like she doesn't even care that she was almost just sexually assaulted. And she just says, "Oh, later." And then she goes on a whole spiel about how he hallucinated ants, and she says that, "Oh, lonely people, that's like common to hallucinate ants." And then she
Yeah.
tells a story about one time she was on like the subway and she
was
saw some
lonely.
giant humanoid ant like sitting there or whatever.
Well, Laura, you said that she acted weird, and like I agree, she acted weird, except for the fact I think they tried to sell you on the idea that she had gone through all of his journals before he woke up. So I think she felt some type of sympathy for what he had gone through. So I think she felt like he was a victim.
And she does.
Yeah.
She
was
does say.
victimized.
She does say too. Like, I brought you back here. I like you. You know. And then she does the whole like, like when I'm ready to like have sex with you, I will sing a song that's in your journal. And then even though I may resist, you just like. And she goes like this. She's like, you have to like give it to me. And she like does like her fist like this. So it's like, it was kind of weird. I was like, okay.
I literally put in my notes, what is up with this chick? Like, what
Wow.
is wrong with her?
It is weird. It
Like,
is weird.
she's acting like she was held for 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to it in the end, Laura. I can try to explain it better towards the ending, but yeah, there is reasoning behind it. So yeah.
Okay. So she decides to like help him on his quest, right? He's on a revenge quest and she's going to help him. And
He wants to find who took him, right? Yeah.
yeah, he's trying to figure out who took him and the why and all of that. And she is able to get the location of his wife's grave, but he is so hell-bent on finding who did it that he's like, no, I don't even want to go visit my wife's grave until I get all of this figured out. And the thing he decides to do first is all he ate in captivity was dumplings.
We do have to say though, when Mito gets information from like a lady about about his wife and his daughter.
Mhm.
And they do say, yes, your wife's grave is here, but they also say like his daughter was, what does it say? She was adopted by a family
Overseas.
overseas and is in the States now. She's in like
So
Stanford.
there's
or something
no
like
even
that.
trying to go after her at that point.
Yeah. So I just wanted to like say that up front that they do say that's what happened to the daughter.
Oh, I actually
So
missed that. I must have been looking down.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happens there. And then, like I said, so he's pretty much like, I don't care about that. My life is that life is over. I'm just want to do revenge now. So
Yeah.
And like you said, Laura,
Right.
all he's been eating is dumplings
Yeah.
the whole
Fried
time. That's all they
dumplings,
fed him. So that's like his only
It's like a breadcrumb.
only chance
So
to
like,
maybe try to find something cohesive that connects to where he's been. So
yeah.
he has this idea of like trying all these different dumpling places to find the exact one he ate for 15 years. And I think too, one of them he ate like there was a piece of paper in it or
Yeah.
something like that, and it said like Blue Dragon. I think that's what
Yep.
it said. So he
So
knows
he knows the
something
name a
from
little
there. So
bit.
he's going to all these
Yeah.
different places that have Blue Dragon in the title and tasting them all to see if it's right. It's just like a montage of him eating all these ones and like throwing up in an alley and stuff.
Yeah.
And scratching out like a piece of paper all the ones that's not right. And then pretty much he finds the right one. He finds
Mm-hmm.
the right one. There's like a delivery guy on a moped driving down the street. And then it's funny because it's like the camera view of the street. The moped goes by and then it waits like 3 seconds. And then he's sprinting behind it, like chasing the moped, trying to find where it's going with this delivery. Because that's the only
Yeah.
thing he has connection to now. And it gets him to the building that he was held at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and actually, before he even does that, there's a scene where he's home with Mito and she's talking to somebody online.
Oh, was that before? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was before. And then he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And she's like, "Oh, this guy just talks to me online sometimes." I mean, you guys, come on.
Oh yeah, this is where he gets like one of the clues, right? Because the guy's username is like Evergreen. Or something
Evergreen.
like that,
That's
right?
a huge
Yeah.
clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like Evergreen. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
And this is when
yeah.
he accuses her of being like, I can't trust you. I think you're in on it, and so like he leaves.
I mean, I thought she was in on it too. I was like,
Yeah,
good,
that's true.
good riddance.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, I mean, she's still around, I guess. But but he figures out where the building is. It's the purple blue dragon. So he was right in like searching for that.
Mhm.
And he gets to the building, finds out where he was held, trapped. And I mean, it's kind of a crazy scene. Like he works his way up into like where the security room is, where like a security guy is like watching all the videos, and you just see on every video like all these men are captured and they're all in a room that looks exactly like the one he was in, and a lot of them are like working out and like fighting, like doing exactly what he was
Doing what he's
doing.
It's just what you do, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And so this is crazy. This kind of sets off the whole like crazy scene. But the security guy, I don't remember what his name was. Greg, I don't know if you remember.
Park.
Oh,
Mark
okay.
is the security guy?
No, his name's Park.
Park.
Oh, Park.
Yeah, he like
I said
owns
Mark,
the whole
I'm like,
thing.
Mark?
He's
He's like
warden.
the main person. Yeah, he's like the owner.
Yeah. And he pulls all his teeth out
Yeah, with the hammer.
with the hammer.
He uses the back end of the hammer to like pry his front. It's pretty cool to transition as far as like he tapes him to the chair with his mouth open, and he puts like a white clean rag in his mouth, and then it kind of shows teeth flying on like a keyboard, and then it cuts back and the white rag is just completely dark red with blood, which is a cool transition. Like you don't have to show anything, but just the change in color, like how much blood has came out of this guy's mouth. So he's doing that because he wants information. He's asking this guy, who took me, like, what do you know? And the guy's like, I'm not going to tell. He says like, our client's privacy is the top most important or something like that, so he's not going to tell. So he's like, all right, I'm going to rip your fucking teeth out.
Is this where he steals the tape too?
Yeah,
Like,
so
finds his
eventually
tape?
the guy's like, okay, like I don't know anything, I don't know who it is, but I recorded the call. And so like he gets a tape of the conversation they had initially with the person that took him, pretty much saying like, take this guy. Yeah. So he gets the tape. Yeah.
Okay. Do one of you want to do the next scene?
I think
The big
Greg should.
famous scene?
It's Greg's background.
Yeah.
It's Greg's background in there.
Greg's
He has the
dressed
hammer.
for the part.
I selected this background because
Yeah.
this was probably my favorite part of the movie.
This is fucking cool.
I mean, this
such a
is
cool
this is like
sequence.
it's a legendary hallway fight is
Hmm.
basically what it is. So,
Hmm.
this place is staffed by a bunch of henchmen, okay? And this is where it kind of turns like John Wick,
Yeah.
like Matrix, where
Hmm.
and the reason why I love it is just because of the way that it's filmed. It's
Yeah.
essentially one continuous side-scrolling shot of the hallway that he's trying to get, after he's, interrogated the guy, he's trying to make his way out and he's confronted. This is very much like in Train to Busan where they're trying to fight through their way through
Hmm.
the subway.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's just it's amazing. So he's sort of like advancing through the hallway and fighting these guys, punching, kicking, and again, like you're convinced that these 15 years of training, he can do this. So and he's doing it, and it's just like with this grimy hallway, and he's not invincible. He's getting attacked
Yeah.
too, and sometimes he gets knocked down, but then he gets up, and then he gets like cornered by a bunch of dudes on the other side. And I don't know, like the epic music was like kind of
Oh
blaring
yeah.
the whole time. It's that same
Yeah.
music that we heard in the beginning of the movie
Hmm.
where it's like these, electronic
Techno.
beats and
Hmm.
like string. And it very much reminded me of too like the music from Requiem for a Dream a little bit actually. It's just like got
Ooh.
that style that like really gets you
Yeah.
into it. So yeah, then he literally like defeats the entire gang. He basically has like a hammer and just like makes his way to the elevator. It's just it's
It's such
amazing,
a
and they don't
yeah.
break the shot. It's literally just
No, it's a
one.
one shot.
I'm always
Hmm.
impressed by these types. I mean, I'm sure there's a list
Yeah.
somewhere online with like the top continuous fight shots, and this has got to be like in the top five.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because even
Yeah.
like you said, Greg, like your background, everybody has weapons too. They either have bats or pipes, or like some of them have knives. So
Yeah,
like it's not even just like he has a hammer and they all have fists. It's like he's like having to dodge bats and he's getting hit too. He's getting at one point they do get him on the ground and they're like beating and kicking him on the ground and somebody like
Yeah.
stabs him in the back with a knife and he's like on the ground with a knife in his back and you think like, oh shit, like they finally got him. And then the one guy's like, check to see if he's dead, and he gets close and then he like jumps up and starts fighting again and overpowering him. It's just like it's such a great fight sequence. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like you said, the way it's shot is just so freaking like innovative and interesting, like a one shot and just panning left to right slowly, following him along as he
right.
fights. It's really cool. I've never seen anything like it other than like the Daredevil series when like Daredevil has the fight hallway sequence,
Yeah, it's
which
very
probably
much like
was
that.
what probably was this probably was an inspiration for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, did you think this one was pretty cool, Laura? Though the way they did
Yeah.
it and shot it,
No, I
right?
did. I
Yeah,
did.
right.
I mean, and it's like, yes, he is getting beat up. So it is, I guess, realistic in that sense.
Hmm.
But I mean, I just kept looking at like the henchmen. And I mean, five of them would just kind of be stumbling around like after he
Hmm.
took like two of them out. It's like, damn, he is really kicking their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like they could not just take him down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, as
pretty
much as
badass.
like I don't, as much as I know you don't like, like fight scenes and like things like that, but it's like I'm glad even you could be like, this was fucking cool. This was like a really
No,
cool
yeah. I
Yes.
sequence.
thought it was cool. And remember, I'm more like I don't really like gun shooting
Mm.
scenes. It's
Oh, okay.
when there's like all the shootouts that just really
Hmm.
loses me. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought at
so
this
this was
point this
cool.
was going to be an action movie. I was like, what am I watching here? This is
Yeah,
amazing.
I did too.
Hmm.
I thought it was gonna be a lot more than that, and it really wasn't too much more of that actually
Yeah,
after
this is
this.
just the big sequence,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Which I
So he,
think, see, a little goes a long way. It
yeah.
was very
Hmm.
effective.
Yeah.
Love
So he
it.
pretty much beats them all up, and he's
Yep.
standing there, and then like the elevator door opens, and like there's like 8 more henchmen in the
Oh, I
elevator,
know.
and he just like fucking smiles, being like,
This is
"All
a
right, here
great
we
cut
go again."
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it hard cuts to now on the ground floor, the door opening, and all the henchmen just fall out, like beaten to shit, and he just like
It's so
walks
good.
out. It's such a
Yeah.
great cut. It's like you said, Laura. Like we don't need another fight sequence.
Right.
We just need to show like a
Yes.
cool transition of being like, oh, he
Yeah.
beat the shit out of these guys.
Yeah.
They do a great balance of like
Yeah.
giving you what you want, but not too much where you're like, I'm fucking bored
Agree.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he like leaves the building, which I was mad at the time because I was like, why didn't he try to just open up all the doors of the people captured?
Oh,
Like,
that's
why didn't he
true.
even like
That's okay.
try to save any? But I get it. He's
Yeah.
on like he's on his revenge
Revenge.
tour, right?
Hmm.
So he's like, that's
Right.
all that he can think
Yeah.
of. So he's like in the street and he is struggling. He's lost so much blood, so he passes out because he's
Hmm.
lost blood. And it seems like this man, this like good Samaritan is helping him, like, oh, I'm going to get you into a car and like send you off to the hospital. But then you see the guy's face. And I think this is the first time I think we see.
Yeah, this is the first time. You still don't even know
Woojin.
at the time, but I think it's the voice.
Yeah,
The voice is
Woojin.
similar. And he says
the
like the
voice.
same he says the same thing as he said on the phone, I think, right? Is that what
Yes.
triggers what's his name to look up at him? And then
Yeah.
you just see, like, guess you see finally, I
As
think,
soon as you see his face and like the evil smile, you're like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
And that is Woojin, who is the captor. Yeah.
yeah.
And so he puts him in a car with like a driver and essentially sends him back to Mito's house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's there and he's finally listening to the tape and like listening to the why, right? It's not really the why, but it's more the phone call of Woojin answering questions like, okay, how long do you want him to be in captivity for? And he decides on 15 years. And it's so specific because he's like, I don't want him to be crazy. Like, so what do we do there? And then they talk about, oh, we've got this steam that really helps them not become schizophrenic.
Well, it's a drug.
Just like very.
There's a drug they give
Right.
him that helps with that. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't the steam. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so at this point, he decides to reach out to his old friend, Jiwon, who we saw at the beginning of the movie. And that's a cute reunion because, I mean, obviously he thinks he's been
Yeah.
dead or whatever for 15 years. So he decides to help him as well. And I mean, he's definitely still suspicious of Mito, but like keeping her around, I don't know. I'm super suspicious of her at this point too. But now he's like really trying to follow the Evergreen lead.
Yeah.
And so looking into that, everyone's kind of looking into that. And the guy's like calling him on and off too. And the one thing he tells him on the last phone call is, I'm going to kill every single woman that you love. And basically is like hinting like you love Mito, like I'm going to kill her.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says like, you have 5 more days to figure out why like this is happening.
Yep.
So essentially, like they discover that like their best lead is across the street, and then he goes up the elevator, and he basically just finds out where this guy who's been like tormenting him, where he resides, and that's when
The
he gets to
penthouse.
the penthouse, yeah, because he
That's
goes.
right.
yeah.
He must have a lot of
Yes.
money, and he goes up to
Yeah.
the penthouse, and essentially the guy lets him in because like he knows something. He goes like he's not gonna. I mean, this whole time we see Daesu just whooping people's asses, like he's knocking down doors, taking names, but for some reason this guy Woojin is like he's not phased. So you're wondering what's going on, and so he's there in the penthouse suite with his bodyguard, Mr. Han, and that's where he sort of says like, yeah, I'm behind all of this.
Yes.
And
yeah. Okay.
and
So they're face to face. We now like know that this Woojin guy is Evergreen, is the capturer. And this scene is really important because you still don't know why. And Daesu is telling him like, I'm going to kill you. And so he pulls out this device and then he shows that he has this scar on his chest. And he's like, I have essentially like a pacemaker.
Like a pacemaker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's like, I asked for this remote because I like the idea that if I ever wanted to, I could like click it and essentially turn off that pacemaker and kill myself. And so he's like, if you even try to kill me, I'm going to kill myself. And so he's really asking him the question, like, what's more important? Killing me or like finding out why all of this happened to you?
Yeah, like why or revenge? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, all of those like psychological. See, that's where it's like it blows my mind that this Woojin character just did all of this to this man. I mean, it is fucking wild.
It's like Saw-esque. It's
such
like
a long game.
The planning and the conning and like 15 years of setting this up. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. So, okay. So now,
I mean,
and this
hold
is
on a
also
second,
where,
wait.
what?
You guys are totally right about that. Like, okay, let's get real here. Okay, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
how long can you hate like I think by year four
Yes.
he's in the prison, I'd be like, "Oh shit, I forgot that he was in there."
Yeah,
And I'd be
yeah,
like, "I've
I
been
know.
doing so many other things,
Mm-hmm.
like you could let him go. Like I'm done." But to like and this is very much like the debate in Titanic where it's like Rose was thinking about Jack for like 80 years after she got off the Titanic. Is this guy really like he's living his life every day
It's his
with
life.
it's his
Yeah.
life.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And
Because
think
there's.
of how many
Mhm.
years. I mean, we haven't gotten to the why yet, but
Mm,
things
Yeah.
started when they were younger. He
mhm.
wasn't captured till he was 30. Think of
Yeah,
all
he was
those
already pissed
years.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it shows at one point when he's in like his penthouse, he's like laying on some type of like bed, and like above him is just like security cameras of what's his name like in the prison. So like as much
Yeah.
as you're saying like by year 3 or 4 you forget, it seems like that's all he would do is like lay there
Yeah.
and watch him like suffer and go crazy in a
But look,
building.
he's well off, right? He's in a
Oh
penthouse
yeah,
suite. He's
super
millionaire,
rich.
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So
Oh, well, obviously, he can
is
afford
this
all this. Yeah.
actually a good use of your time and money? I feel like he's probably got women swooning over him.
I
You
don't
know, I mean, like
think so. I
it's
think
interesting.
this is his
I
whole
mean, he's a
life.
good
This is
looking
his whole
dude too.
purpose. I don't think this guy is like hanging out at the club and then coming back to like his room and
Oh,
being
this
like
is his
watching
life
video.
mission.
I think this is his life. I don't think
Yeah.
he does anything else with his life other than plan this and watch him.
Well, I guess
And
it's like, yeah, we don't discover how he makes his money. I assumed like
they
he
just say
would.
he's rich. They just say like that his family was well off.
Oh,
You
okay,
know, so
that's
he's just
different
his
then.
Yeah.
family
Yeah,
is rich. You
I was
know,
like, how does
like
bro have all
trillionaire.
this
Yeah,
time for this?
yeah,
He's trying to
Yeah.
make money.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha,
That's
that
why
makes
I said
sense.
at the very beginning of this recording, like, does the punishment fit the crime? I don't know. Because if you think about all of this, it's like,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, like
All right.
I
uh,
mean that whole quote about be it a grain of sand or a rock, they all sink the same. That's the answer to does the
Hmm.
punishment fit the crime? He's saying
yeah,
like it is
yeah.
because it doesn't matter. I mean, a
It doesn't
pebble
matter.
and a rock,
Hmm.
Well,
they
and we
they both
also
sink.
don't know like his heart condition. He could have an expiration date coming up. So it could have just been like, I'm on borrowed time
Oh,
and
oh
this
my
really is like
gosh.
what
Could
I,
be.
That's true. Like
Hmm.
if you knew that
Could
you
be.
were gonna kick the bucket soon, like yeah,
yeah,
that's another motivation for like this is
Hmm.
what I'm gonna do.
Could be.
yeah.
Yeah. I never
I
really heard
like
her say
that.
that, but yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so getting back into it, wrapping up this scene, he definitely mentions that like he says again like I'm gonna go after the person that you love
Hmm.
and whatever. And so then it hits Daesu like, oh my God, Mito's in trouble.
Oh yeah,
And
he's like
so
you left
yeah.
her there like with the door open or something like that. So he
And
like
so he goes
runs
running
over.
out,
Hmm.
running up to Mito's place. And when he gets there, she's tied up. She's clearly getting beaten around. And it's the tooth guy. It's the tooth. I'm
Hmm.
calling him the tooth
Yeah,
guy now.
he's
He's
back.
The tooth
back.
fairy, yeah.
Yeah, from the
He's got
prison or
gold
whatever.
teeth. He's
Hmm.
back for revenge. But he just kind of kicks them both around a little bit. He doesn't kill either one of
Well, he
them.
was going to. He was like he had what's it, Desu like on the ground. He was gonna pry his teeth out like he did to him.
Oh
But
yeah, but
then
he doesn't.
the rich guy calls and he's like, leave him. Like pretty much leave him alone. Like almost like we're not
Ah,
done torturing him yet. Leave him alone.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
And
probably
he
gives
offers
him
them
Okay.
money to
a
do
bunch
it.
more money.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
yeah.
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 Okay,
So he's
so
like, all
they
right.
they leave,
Hmm.
and then in the next scene we have one of the most disgusting, upsetting
We don't
sex
know if it's
scenes I've ever
disgusting though. We don't
seen.
know it's disgusting yet. We don't know it's
I
disgusting.
was disgusted
Either
without.
way.
Yes,
So for you, the age difference is disgusting enough.
no, it
Oh,
was
okay.
her reaction, how little
Oh,
she was enjoying it, and how vocal she was about saying, "Daesu, I hate this. You're hurting me, but I'm enduring it, and I
I
just
don't.
want you to know that."
Did she say she hated it? I know she said it hurts, but I'm enduring it. Not I hated
She sure
it.
looked like she was not
I
having a
thought
good
she was
time.
enjoying it. At some point, seemed like she was more.
Eventually, she was,
Okay, all
but
right, okay. She
in the
was more. All right.
beginning, she was not.
All right, so they're boning. They're boning.
They're boning.
They're
Yeah.
boning. Different ways and this and that. And yeah. I don't know. I thought it was kind of sensual. you know?
Oh
Wait,
my God.
did you say it was consensual?
I don't know if it was. I mean, I think it was eventually,
Well, it was,
but
yeah.
maybe
She
not
sang,
in the
she sang
beginning.
the song. Remember, she said, "When I sing the song, it's time to like
Oh, did she? I missed
do
that.
the pumping or whatever." She does a little motion, you know. So, yeah,
Okay,
it's the
I
song.
couldn't tell if you were saying it was consensual or kind of sensual. I could
He
I
said
think a
sensual.
little bit of both. A little bit
a
of
little
both.
bit of both. Okay.
All right. So they have a really weird sex scene. And then they're like snuggling, and here comes steam up through the door.
Okay, so
Right.
well, I have to correct you. I've been not correcting you this whole time. So it's not steam, Laura. It's like Valium or something like that, or something like that.
It's a
What is it
vapor.
called? It's a vapor they use to
mist,
make people
yeah.
pass out.
Steam,
So it's
vapor,
a gas.
mist.
No, it's a
gas.
Octopus, squid.
Yeah, but steam is like just hot water, Laura. Like this is
We're
literally
getting
a drug.
very technical on this
Well,
call
I'm just
right
saying,
now.
I'm just
Rob's like, I don't
saying,
care if
like-
it's an octopus or a squid, but this is not steam. There's no H2O in that mist.
It makes them pass out. It's not just like giving them a relaxing sauna, you know?
It looked like a sauna to me. I don't
Okay,
know.
whatever. All right. So
Okay, what would you like me to say? Gas?
Gas.
Vapor?
Gas is more accurate. Gas is more accurate because it makes them pass out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gas fills the room, which is funny because gas, you can't really see gas, and you can see this.
Oh my God. Okay, Bill Nye. All right, let's go. All right.
I'll say vapor. A vapor
Okay, fine.
enters
Vapor.
the room.
Vapor. Jesus. All right.
And so then Iwoo comes in because they're, of
Yeah.
course, sleeping.
Passed out.
Iwoo Jean, comes
Yeah.
in.
He has like a gas mask on.
And he's got a gas mask on.
A vapor
And then
mask.
he has a weird. I'm gonna.
Yes. Yes.
Laura's background is perfect.
She's already struggling with the name. Do not be pedantic with like the vapor.
Laura's
That
background is
fucking
like
murder
perfect.
Rob.
I
This
feel like
is
how she
episode
feels right
Rob
now.
dies.
Laura's gonna bust through and fight me in a hallway. Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna bust
Oh,
through the
that's funny.
screen.
Okay. Don't do that motion. No, not that one. Not that one. That's a different motion.
Why do
That
you
is-
have me walk through the plot, man? See?
All right. He's back. Okay. So what's his name's back, and he's like watching them, right? Yeah. Okay.
No, he's laying with them and touching
yeah.
Mito.
Oh,
that's true.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's,
he's
like,
like caressing her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her arm. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
No, I'm all blurry. There we
Yeah.
go.
There you go. All right.
So that's weird. He also leaves.
That's
he le-
weird.
Wait, I'm
He
pretty sure
leaves
you could
them-
just like after every scene, you can just like add that into it, and that it applies. Yeah, and that was weird.
I'm trying to get through this now because Rob
know.
is making me angry. And so I'm like, let's just get through this movie.
All right. Let's go.
He leaves them a box. So they wake up and they're
Mm.
both like, oh my God, how did this box get here? Right. Big purple box.
yeah.
This guy likes purple. He's got the purple umbrella. Everything's
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah. it's good.
So they open up the box and it's a hand. It's a human hand,
With a
severed
ring,
hand.
with a ring. Mhm.
Yeah, and they recognize it with the ring belongs to the guy with the golden teeth.
Mhm.
And so they're like, oh shit, that sucks, right?
Yeah.
And so they're doing more research on the old boys school, right? I mean, he's definitely
Yeah.
narrowed down like this is where it's come from. I went
now-
there,
yeah.
like
So
we
now
know
they
that.
get to the school part, the school clue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but before he goes to the school, physically goes to the school, he calls back up his buddy, Jiwon, and is asking him questions like, oh, do you remember something that happened there, with these people or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And his buddy, Jiwon, is like talking about Woo Jin and his sister.
Yeah, he says like you
And
wouldn't know
he's-
because you left to go
But she
somewhere
was like a
right
slut,
before
he
then.
calls her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And basically saying he's like slept with everybody or she's slept with everybody and then she ended up like committing suicide. One of the things that we forgot to mention was that Woo Jin has been like tracking him and listening to everything this whole
Bugging
time,
them,
right?
yeah.
Very much like the game, like following everything. And so he's listening in on this conversation and then he goes and he actually kills Juwon. And he kills him for saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty much calling his sister a slut and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, it's pretty brutal too. The way he's like, he gets like a like a CD disc and breaks it in half and then just starts like stabbing him and like everything like that. It's pretty.
Was he in the
pretty
same
brutal.
room though? I was so
He
confused.
was.
like,
He was
in
like,
the internet
like
cafe.
the internet cafe.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because like you said, I think right
yeah.
before that they took out the bug, so he couldn't listen. So he had to go here so he can hear what's going on.
Right.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. So now we're to the school and
Yeah, he goes back to the school.
he
Hmm.
goes back to the school. And this scene's really cool. If I got it right, I don't know, because he's like chasing his own memories. He's like
Yeah,
running around
exactly.
the
Hmm.
school and like
Yeah.
having the memories.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
he has a memory of watching. I don't want to say it. Watching Wu Ji. What?
You guys have
Yeah.
watched Thanksgiving too, so this is light work for you.
Yeah, he pretty much he remembers meeting the sister like and following her as she like went somewhere, and then he's like looking through a hole in the glass and he sees the main villain guy. What's his name? What's the main villain guy's name?
Woojin.
Wujin.
Wu Jin, like,
Woojin.
yeah, sees him and like a girl which he knows is his sister, and like they're kind of like he's taking pictures of her. He has a camera, and then he's like, no, like pose like this or whatever. It's kind of flirty-ish, and then he like goes up to her. And he like just reaches down and like takes off her panties, and then he's like, let me see, and she's like, no, stop it, stop it. And then eventually
But she's chuckling.
yeah, she's chuckling, and then
Right.
eventually he starts just like unbuttoning her shirt, and then she kind of at that point is just like, okay, so she's like starts unbuttoning too, and then like like pulls out her boob and stuff, and he starts licking it, and then it's kind of crazy because then she like pulls out a mirror and she's like using the mirror to like watch
Watching.
him like lick her nipple, which is like crazy, and then she turns the mirror, and then the reflection sees Dae-soo like looking through a
His
hole.
eyeball.
And
Yeah.
so like they see each other, and so like he knows what was going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is where we find out the why. He caught
Hmm.
this, you know,
Them, like, fooling
incestuous
around.
relationship between brother and
Mhm.
sister,
Hmm.
and he told people. He
No, well,
started
no,
a rumor.
he didn't tell
right?
people. He told his friend, the internet cafe guy, when they were
Yeah.
younger, and he said like, I think it was her. She rides this bike. I
Yeah,
saw them,
yeah.
and the friend is like, really? Oh wow, that's crazy. And he tells his friend like, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody what I told you. And he's like,
Oh,
okay, but
okay.
I gotta go. I got a date. And then he leaves. Like that's his last day of school, so he's gone. So
Yeah.
it was actually his friend. His friend is the one that spread the rumor or started the
Right.
rumor, and then it just tumbled and tumbled and tumbled and became like this like crazy story.
So before we move on to anything else, does the punishment fit the crime?
I
No,
mean,
it does not. He told his friend, and now you're saying he was
It's-
like, don't tell anybody. That's it.
yeah, but I mean, it's you got to blame the guy has to blame somebody, and he's the one that like saw it and
Yeah, he's
started
clearly
it,
psychotic.
So
So
yeah,
I mean, when
it's
you're
yeah.
psychotic, you'll justify anything that you
not
do.
rational at all. So
Yeah.
See, I thought he told more people because something that Wu Jin tells him at some point is like a hint almost as to why is
Mhm.
you talk too much, or he
Yeah,
says
exactly.
something, right?
Yeah,
And
you
so
talk too
I
much,
always
yeah.
thought that
Mhm.
meant he once
No,
this
you-
reveal
you know what it-
happened.
I think
You know what it
he told
was
his
is-
one friend. That was it.
No, like, and the
Yeah.
reason why he says
Wow.
you talk too much, even though he only told his one friend, is because what you see in this montage is that Dae-soo was kind of a troublemaker. He was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
graffitiing on the chalkboard, so you could tell that he was kind of like an ass, like the class clown.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know that if that's him, his whole personality is centered around like talking to people, joking with people, pulling pranks. I think that's what he was referring to. And it wasn't that he was saying you talk too much just because you told one person, but it's because that was his personality back in high school.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
get the
then
flashback.
Dae-soo
Mhm.
goes back to the penthouse to confront,
Mhm.
right, the bad guy.
He's like, I
Eugene.
know. He's like, like it hasn't been 5 days yet. I think it's on the fifth day,
Yeah.
and he's pretty
Yeah.
much like, I know the why now. Like I
Mhm.
know what happened. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the why. I mean, he goes on to then say like, my sister, her reputation was like horrible after this, and then she like there was a rumor that she was pregnant.
Yeah, because like I said, it just snowballed. The rumor
Yeah,
snowballed.
snowballed.
It becomes more crazy and more grotesque and insane. And it
Yeah.
seems like from what he says, the sister started believing the stories of them saying that he got her pregnant.
Yeah.
And so then her own mind started believing it, and then he said like her belly actually started to grow. Like,
Which I mean, that could also be that she was
I
pregnant.
know.
Though.
I don't know how
Yeah.
much. I don't know how much of that was like the schizophrenia or like the craziness of like the sister like going insane of it, or actually she was. All I know is they do show a scene like when she is like, you know, falling off the bridge, and she doesn't look like she has a big belly to me.
No, yeah.
But I mean, it wouldn't have been that. It's not like it would be that long anyway. But
Right.
you know.
Yeah, there's a flashback of her trying to jump off a bridge, and Wu Jin is like trying to save her, but it fails ultimately.
Yeah. So pretty much he says it's his fault. Like it's his fault for starting this rumor.
Yeah.
And making her like, you know, it makes her go crazy, and then her wanting to kill herself because she doesn't want to like live like that.
Yeah. And so now there's still a lot of unanswered questions on my end and in Daesoon's mind, you know, his mind as well. And so Wu Jin starts to tell him like kind of how they did this. And he says, you know, we hypnotized you.
Yeah.
And then we also wanted you to meet Mito. We were like using her, and we hypnotized her. Which I didn't love this part because I'm like, this is what I feel like they're just using this to explain.
He says something to the effect of like, what does he say? He says like, you both are very susceptible to hypnotism, and that really helped us. And he said it's one thing to hypnotize somebody to hate, but it's harder to do it for love, to like make somebody love another person. But he said like it worked for you two. Like it just worked. So it's almost like saying that like them caring for each other through this movie like was actually not true. Like it was, and he goes and it starts playing back when they first met each other in the restaurant, and he's saying like, you were hypnotized to go there, and when she like touches you, something happens. When you say something, it triggers her to do something. And it was like this whole like crazy like steps that happened to hypnotize both of them.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, Laura. Because like I said, you were confused in the beginning, like why this girl was acting so weird in the beginning. It's because she was under hypnosis too. So I think that's why she's just acting so weird. Is because
she was just like, acting weirder than Daesoo though. So I was like, what?
Yeah, but it's just like I think she was hypnotized too this whole time. So I think that's why she's just acting weird. I think because like her brain is trying to like sort it out. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. And so I mean, I think then that's the next question is like, well, why hypnotize Mito? Like, what does she have to do with it? Why was that part of the plan? Like after letting me go, because he clearly like had him captured and then let him go, but it was calculated. Like, why letting? Like, what is all this since I've been let out for?
Yeah.
And then we find out there is another purple box.
Yeah. He says he's like, here's this box. Go open this purple box. You know.
And he opens it.
This
and
is
it's
like
a photo album.
7. This is like 7 now. Like open the box. What's in the box? Yeah. Yeah. And it's a photo album.
This is a crazy reveal. Like this was nuts. Did you guys have any sense of what's going to happen?
Well, my husband guessed this in the beginning, but I thought it was fucking wild. I thought he was just being disgusting.
I guessed it just as the fact of like, you know, it would be fucked up if this was right, and then I like came true, and I'm like, whoa, shit, I did guess it.
I just want to say that it's not the reveal itself, but it's how he revealed it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is crazy.
So there's a photo album, and he's like looking through the photo album, because that's one thing they do talk about in the original newscast of his wife being murdered, was saying like the only thing that was taken was a photo album. And so like there's the photo album, and he turned it, and it's Daesoo and the wife and his daughter as a baby, looked like she's like 3 years old or something like that. And he starts flipping the pages, and then the baby's getting older. She's like whatever 6 now, and flips again, and she's like 8, then 10, then she's like a teenager. And at that point, you're starting to be like, wait a second, this girl's looking very familiar. This is when it
clicked, yeah.
And then it clicks over again, and she's pretty much like in maybe college or high school, and it's like, oh shit, it's fucking Mito. And you're like, wait a second, and then you're still like in your brain trying to rationalize, like, wait a second. It's Mito? Is his daughter? Wait a second, they fucked. Oh shit. Yeah.
So let's just skip over how disgusting this is. Can we just talk about the long game again here? It wasn't even to capture
you want to talk
him.
about the long game?
Okay. Ew. Stop it. I'm trying to be serious here, Greg.
Come on, Greg.
It's not even the fact that he wanted to capture him. That was just part of it. He needed to be captured for 15 years and go just crazy enough to be able to be hypnotized, because the plan was to make him fall in love with his daughter as revenge, because what's his name was in love with his sister.
Yeah, I think he's trying to offload his shame. He's like, this is how
fall in love, but not just fall in love, but actually have sex with his sister. I think that's the point too, or with his daughter. God. But I'm pretty sure the 15 years is because they need her to be older. Like he needs her to be like 18 or 19. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I'm glad he waited for that. At least
he didn't do 10 years. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would have been even worse. That's true. But also, like, it's a thing too where, like, I think the last time he saw her, she was either 3 or 5, math wise.
I think 5.
And so, like, I think he would have to wait a certain amount of time, so he would not be able to recognize her either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy to think like a child, like they when they're that young, they definitely don't. They look similar, but you wouldn't be able to tell if you hadn't seen that kid in like that long.
You have no idea, yeah.
So it does work as far as the story
unless she looked
goes.
just like him, though. I mean, she could have looked just like him,
I mean,
just like her mom.
Yeah, probably, like, something like that, I guess. But yeah. So that's the big reveal twist.
That's
of this
the
movie.
big.
That was his plan.
The why.
The whole
that's
time,
all of it,
making him like have sex with his own daughter.
Yeah, and he goes nuts. He just starts like smashing things.
Man,
he goes crazy. And fantastic acting, because he keeps switching back between I'm gonna kill you and like I'm gonna beat you up to like he's so sad. And the one thing that he does is he's like, you cannot tell Mito. You will ruin her whole life. Like, and now he's like almost coming from the point of like he's a father and a lover, and he's just like, I don't want this woman to be hurt in this way. And so he's begging him, and he's doing all this ridiculous stuff. He's like, I'll be your dog. And he's like wagging his butt, like, look at my tail. And he's like licking him. And then
by the way, you have to imagine that like it's even more salt on the wound, given the fact that he spared his life, right, back at the penthouse suite, right?
Yeah.
He could have killed him, and if he had killed him, he would never have known any of this. Not that it would have been better, but like the knowing. So he basically showed him mercy, and then he got burned for it.
Yeah.
That's
and this whole time that he's going crazy, the bad guy's basically like, oh, he mentions that where Mito is, like, there's another box and like there's a photo album. So like she could, or we think it's a photo album. Like she's
like
gonna find out any second, right? Yeah. And he keeps telling him like, me and my sister knew, and we loved each other anyway. So he's like, maybe you guys can just live with this.
He's like, can you? He's like a question. Can you live with this? Yeah. Oh, and then like you forgot too that like he like cuts off his own tongue.
Well, I was about to go there.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, because he does the whole. Because the main guy says like, pretty much like your tongue killed my sister. Like what you told everybody, your mouth, your tongue did it. So it is a cool like going from like that to like him cutting off his own tongue. Yeah. So
Dae-Soo, like he's not even told to do this. He just on his own is like, okay, this must be what this guy wants. And so really nasty scene where he just chops off his own tongue. Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. They don't show a lot of it, but yeah, it's brutal.
Whatever.
To know. Yeah, he's just laughing. He's like laughing in his handkerchief. He's like cracking up. Like this is it. This is what he's been waiting for God, 30 years, something like that. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like this is it,
But this is the part that I also had another question for you guys was, so he like drops the remote, or maybe he does it on purpose. I don't remember how he loses his heart remote, right? But
he drops it.
Dae-Soo gets it. And then he starts clicking it, and he doesn't die.
No.
So was that all a story?
It could be.
Like, I know he had a heart problem because we saw it. But...
This is my theory. I feel like it was all a ruse to begin with. He dropped the remote, and then when he clicked the button, it played the audio.
Yeah.
It's more torture.
It was never meant to like kill him.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm pretty. It all could have been bullshit. It all could have been bullshit that he that he actually just has a normal pacemaker, but he could be telling the truth, and he just, this isn't the device that does
Oh,
that.
that could be
You know
it
what I mean?
too.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Right.
not sure, but definitely in that moment, well, it's interesting too because like in that moment he's pretty much begging him, don't tell her, cuts off his tongue. He goes back up to him, and then the guy like kneels down to him, and it's pretty much just like he calls the phone, and he's like, don't open the box. So he actually
Yeah.
tells her not to do it.
Yeah, I think
You know,
he does realize like, okay, now this at this point this is the payback.
like I'm torturing you. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really want to torture her, I guess. So, and that's when he gives the
Yeah.
line like, me and my sister could live with the love that was wrong. Can you?
Hmm.
Can you live with it? And that's when he goes to walk away, and he like it looks like he accidentally drops the trigger, and at that
Yeah.
point you're thinking like, oh my god, like he's gonna try to kill him, and so he grabs it and pushes it, and then it just plays the audio
Nothing
recording of them
happens.
having sex.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, it's even like more like
Oh, why do you got
torturing
to
for
do
him.
that? Yeah. But
Yeah.
then Wu Jin gets into the elevator, and when the doors open again, he killed himself. He shot himself in the
Yeah, it kind
head.
of goes into like the flashback again of him and his sister on the bridge, and he's
Yeah.
crying, being like, pretty much like, "Don't kill yourself," and she's like, "No, you have to let me go," and this and that, and pretty much he lets her go on the bridge, and then like him in the elevator, like his hand like turns into like a gun motion, and then he just like the doors open and he blows
Yeah.
his head brains out. So it's just like his life's journey, his life's mission is complete. Like what else
Yeah.
does he have? It's almost like he was only living to get revenge.
Right.
And
Yeah.
once his revenge is complete, then he's just like, the person I love the most, my sister, it's wrong, but she's gone,
Yeah.
so why am I going to be here too? So, yeah.
So next scene, this is the very end of the movie. Daesu goes to get hypnotized again because
Yeah, this is crazy.
he wants to forget, essentially forget that
That
Mito
he
is his daughter.
knows. That he
He does
knows.
not want to know this anymore.
Yeah.
It's just easier to forget and be with her. And so he's with the same hypnotist, and
It's cool.
she,
It's cool too that they're like in like the woods and it's like snowing. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy to me of like, what a cool transition to be like, this is where you're going to go next of this location to do this. I
yeah,
don't know. It looked really
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
cool scene.
Yeah.
So she does hypnotize him. It's a cool scene where she's like, this version of you has the secret, and he's gone, and now what's left of you doesn't. And so the movie ends with like she leaves, Mito shows up, they embrace, but the look on his
I
face,
know.
that's
This
the
is
question.
so,
Do you guys
uh-huh.
think it worked or do you think it didn't work?
So
It
what
didn't
she
it didn't work.
so what she
I
says
don't
to
think it
him,
worked either.
yeah, because what she says to him is like, I can do this to you, I can separate your mind or whatever, but there's consequences. Like you can like go insane, or it can screw up your memories. She says that to him, so there's already like, I don't even know if this is gonna work.
I think it just didn't work. Like
This
he's
is
like,
my
oh.
theory. So
Yeah,
she basically says, "Okay, I'm going to perform this hypnosis, right? And if in order to forget, your brain is going to split into two entities. One is the monster, and the monster is the one that remembers what you've done, and then the other side is the innocent version, that the innocent that's going to forget. So when I do this, the monster is going to start taking steps, and
yeah,
the monster is going to age 1 year for every
every
step,
step
and then
Mm,
and at 70 the
will
monster
die,
will
right?
die, and all that will remain is the version that he doesn't remember any of that, right?
Hmm.
yeah.
So then that's when she rings the bell and the hypnosis starts. He wakes up in the snow, and Mito comes up to
He's
him,
walking up.
right, walking up to him. And the question on everyone's mind as you're watching this is, did it work? Did he remember? Did he
Mm-hmm.
forget? Which version of him survived, the monster version or the regular version? And she looks back, and she says, "Who was with you?" And this is where like the like very detail oriented version of me kind of like pops out. The camera pans, and it follows his footsteps all the way back to the chair where he
Yeah.
was hypnotized. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
counted the number of footsteps from that point to the chair, and it was only 22. So he did not walk the full 70 steps required for the monster to be expelled. So he only like went
Whoa.
20 steps, and he knocked out. So the hypnosis thing didn't take
Oh,
effect.
so you think that's what it is? Oh,
Oh,
shoot, could be. Yeah.
I mean, because
I,
like
I
you can
didn't.
clearly see the
Mm,
footsteps and you can count them because the camera shot
mm.
doesn't break. So when you do that, it's like it's nowhere near 70. So what I think happened is he kind of got up, started going, and thinking like I need to forget. When he got
Yeah.
to a certain point, he was like, for whatever reason, decided no, this is not going to happen.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
want to do it.
she meets him, so he can't go any further. I think that's what
Well,
I
we don't
thought.
we don't we don't see how why
Or does he
he
stand
stopped at
over
that
there?
point. We like
Mm,
the camera shot just goes to him waking up
mm.
in the snow, and it's snowing too. So
Yeah.
we don't know why, but he definitely didn't walk the 70 steps that it took.
Mm.
I mean, the look on his face when she hugs him,
Yeah, it's
he
definitely.
definitely's got
Yeah,
all that in his brain
It was
still.
definitely
It's
like he
bad.
smiles at first, and you're like, "Oh, it
He's
works!"
like,
Like,
right.
and then it goes to like that a grin of like,
Yeah, it's got like a grimace though. He's
yeah, where
yeah.
it didn't fully
oh
work.
my God.
Yeah, yeah. Does
Oh,
he only get like one try? Like if he walks 40 more steps as they walk away, does it
No,
work or
see
not?
that's what I was thinking
we
about
are
that, and then I
just
realized
going
no
way too deep
because
now.
Because he's awake
the
already, right?
because he's awake. Like the
Mm,
hypnosis process already went. He knocked out. He woke
mm.
up. There's no going back. It's not like remember. You guys ever watch Kill Bill Volume 2, where after
Yeah.
she does the five-finger death punch or whatever, he like walks a certain number of steps. I don't think it's like that. It's literally
Mm,
like the hypnosis ritual had a moment where he could do it or he couldn't,
mm.
and he chose not to. I think that's
Oh,
my theory.
you think he chose? Why would he want to
Okay, either
remember?
he chose not to or he passed out. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, all right. I think more of passing out.
I hope that
Oof.
I honestly hope because like I've sided with him this entire movie,
Hmm.
and a lot of the shitty stuff that happens to him, like as disgusting and revolting as it is, you go, he was tricked,
Oh yeah.
he
Hmm.
was tortured, and so you're on his side, and then
Yeah.
to like imagine that he would choose to remember in the last moment when he
Yeah.
actually had a choice is like I go you can't you're not excused from that, and it's
Hmm.
like
No.
it's hard to look at him that way when you've been behind him the whole way.
Well, he
Yeah.
doesn't look happy about it.
Yeah.
So
No.
I don't
Yeah.
like, I think he
I
wanted
mean,
to forget.
definitely anybody watching, listening to this, like, shoot us in the comments or an email or something like that. What you think about this
Yeah. What
ending?
do you think?
Did it work?
Yeah.
Did it not work? Something about the steps, like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
should we rate this bad boy? How many octopuses are we giving this or what?
That's a good one, Laura. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah. How many
It's good.
octopuses are you giving this movie? Yeah. Hmm. Who wants to go first? Who do you want to go first, Laura? Hmm?
Um, um, maybe Rob, you go first. I'll go second. We'll save Greg for
So Greg
last.
for last. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I really like this movie. I watched it 3 times. Yes, the reveal is fucked up, but I just respect the filmmaking.
Just a little father daughter,
We look
ugh.
we talked about before we jumped on that like I watched the Ari Aster short film Meet the Johnsons and
Yeah.
very similar incestual stuff, and that was way more traumatic to me than this movie. So like I'm like, what is the right word? I'm like, I don't know, I'm numb to these type of things where they like really like
Yeah.
are gross to me anymore. So, but I like this movie from the cinematography and I like the directing and I like the interesting cuts and stuff like that. I think it's like cool. Fight sequences are awesome. So like, and I do love a really fucked up twist ending. So I really like this movie a lot. I'm giving it like a four octopuses out of 5. Yeah. They're like all in my mouth, like wiggling around
It's
and
a
shit.
lot of
Yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah. They're all over the place. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. What about you, Laura? Where are you at?
Um, I'm gonna give this movie a 3. I
Mm,
think that everything you mentioned liking, I like too.
hmm.
And I just it all comes down to like I think this movie is worth being watched. I think everyone
Oh
should
yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I get why people say that. But I think it's a 3 for me, just personally. I can't get past it. It grosses me out, and I
Yeah.
will never watch it again. So there you go. That's my 3.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Greg, over there? Hmm.
Yeah, I think I land more where you're at, Rob, where it's like I respect the filmmaking. Like I don't want to watch this movie again
Hmm.
either. But the
Yeah.
thing is that it's
Rob's
so
like, more.
it's
I
just like, I
know.
want the sequel.
This might be my yearly watch now. Yeah. Hmm.
There's just it's good filmmaking. Like, yeah, it's obviously disgusting and revolting, but you know, I feel like it was really well done. You have like action, you have a really well thought out script. Like a lot of stuff is happening. Look how long it's taken us to get through this like plot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You go back in past, you have a good like a really fucked up evil uh guy who's got a horrible like this is one of the worst bad guys and worst tortures and punishments like I think we've ever seen. I mean, this is like worse
Hmm.
than a bear trap helmet in Saw. Like
Yeah.
because a lot of it's psychological,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so it's just so really well done. Even though I don't want to watch it again, cool fight scenes. The score was amazing. There were like a lot of violins in the movie. That was one thing too, and I didn't mention that. Whenever he at random times throughout the movie, there would be like violins playing when he would be going John Wick on people and like fighting, and it was almost like it him getting revenge was like his art. It was like
Mm.
his peace. This is what brought
Hmm.
him peace. So like the juxtaposition of like violence and bringing him peace and then showing that through like the music was just like brilliant.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do actually I'm gonna give it a really high score. I'm gonna say 4.25.
Whoa. Dang, higher than
Yeah.
me.
Nice.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just really it's just airtight for me. Not too many flaws.
Hmm.
If
Interesting.
you guys had daughters, I think you would have given it a different rating.
I was gonna say like, what was your husband's reaction? You guys
That's
have a daughter of
Well,
being
he
like,
fell asleep per usual.
of
And
course. Hmm.
when he woke up, I was shouting at him. I was like, "You were fucking right. It's his
Hmm.
daughter." And
Hmm.
he just was like, "I don't tell me anymore. Like, stop. Like, don't
yeah.
So
talk
he
to
didn't get
me."
the full experience to even like be grossed
Like,
out
he
that
does not
much.
want to watch
Yeah, of
it. He doesn't
course.
want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
Hmm.
it. You know, we
Yeah.
watched Jaws
Hmm.
after because I knew we'd be doing that
Yeah.
soon, and he was
Hmm.
like, "This is a
Yeah.
palate cleanser."
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there are so many taboo topics that you go, even if you do it artistically, it's not okay. Like,
Yeah.
and this is kind of like one of them. Like, and I
This is
agree
one of
with
them.
you.
Yep.
I kind of agree
Hmm.
with that. It's, but like, I feel like they did it in such a way to where it's like, okay, the bad guy did it. It wasn't
Well, he
like,
did. Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
yeah, it was like he did this willfully. It was like it was
Right.
imposed on him, so he was a
Either
victim
one of
Yeah.
them.
in this
Yeah.
taboo thing. So like that part kind of like carried it to the end for me. But like I totally get why people would be like, nah, I don't care what happens. Like, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
me
Hmm.
in violence against children. Like to me, gratuitous violence to especially young children in movies, I don't care. Like that's kind of like
Hmm.
off limits for me. But
Yeah.
you know, everyone's different. Everyone lies on the spectrum in different ways.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
All in all, though, I think pretty high ratings.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, it's worth watching.
ready to get hammered.
Anybody,
definitely worth watching.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you can get through it, Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and make sure apparently Robbie mentioned there was a remake that didn't float too well
Oh,
in the
yeah.
with
The Josh Brolin remake. I don't know if it has the same ending or not. I have no idea, but I heard it's just complete garbage. So definitely don't mistakenly watch the shitty Josh Brolin version.
and I don't know how they could do that because like this movie is so like rich in like Korean culture and
Yeah.
stylization and pacing and like the whole like
Yeah.
manga. I don't know why you would even try to like
Yeah.
localize this for an American
Yeah, I
audience. I
know.
mean, it's a great
Yeah.
movie, it's a great plot, it's like
Hmm.
amazing, but you're gonna lose so much in translation with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's wrap it up,
All right.
Laura.
That's it. All right. Subscribe, rate, and review our podcast everywhere you listen, and follow and contact us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Conjecturing Pod. And let us know what movies to do next. I'm sure Rob will do some more polls. Hopefully, he throws a few movies in there that I actually want to watch.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
maybe I'll let Laura do the four picks next
Yes.
time
Yes.
to see which one you guys can pick from
I
those
love
ones.
it.
But yeah. Hmm.
And Rob, where are you at?
Yeah, follow me Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram at the RL Writes, posting stupid memes, stuff about horror movies. Hopefully soon announcing a horror short film. I'm in, I wouldn't say negotiations, but like we're like talking about it. We're starting to set some stuff up. I'm just waiting for that big announcement to come, but it's coming soon. Yeah,
Yay.
yeah,
That's amazing.
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, until next time, remember horror is subjective. So conjecture away.
Definitely subjective.
See ya.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
everybody. See ya.
Bye.